Alright, everybody, what is going on? Today we are going to be talking about something that is not as sexy as a topic as normal. I'm going to get you. But that has to do with your local laws and why you need to know them. It's not a super attractive topic to talk about, but it is a necessary one for anybody that's riding an electric scooter. So in the US, it's broken down by state, then county, then city. So you need to know all of it, not like all of the possible laws that exist or anything. But you do need to know the applicable ones. So for me, what applies are bicycle laws. And for you, it might be that you have specific laws for scooters, but for all intents and purposes, my laws are specific to electric bicycle riding, and electric scooters are in there by default, but it's kind of a gray area. But there's a few things that you want to look out for that can change depending on where you're riding. So you got to know what you can do where you're riding. There are some places that outright prohibit you from riding an electric scooter. You need to know those places before you intend on riding, or even before you intend on buying, because it would suck to spend the money on a good quality scooter and not be able to ride it. Next thing that you need to know is that there are speed limitations on scooters. Your scooter may be able to do 35, 45 miles per hour, and whatever that translates to in kilometers per hour. But there are some places, for me locally, where the fastest you can go on an electric scooter or bicycle is 10 miles an hour. So you need to know those places. Some states, some cities, some counties, they're going to dictate what part of the road that you ride in. So for me, if there's a bike lane, I have to ride in said bike lane. If there is no bike lane, then by default, I need to be on the right side of the road. But for stuff like this, where I'm having to change lanes, then I can obviously change over. It's what you can do most reasonably. Another thing that you might want to keep in mind is there are some places where people are on the lookout for electric scooter riders, and they will report you for whatever because they just don't like you because you're on an electric scooter. I don't get it. I've had people that have gotten in my face over the fact that I ride an electric scooter for no reason whatsoever, because I was adhering to local laws and they were actually the ones that didn't know what the laws were. I also have a pretty good relationship with law enforcement in my area, and I know that over here at least, they don't really care when it comes to electric commuters. So anybody that's on an electric scooter, anybody that's on an electric bike, a one-wheel, Segway, whatever, they get that people got to go to work, so they don't really care. So know that there are places where that's not the case, and they will try and hit you for everything they can simply because you're on an electric scooter. It's unfortunate, and most places are not like that. People are actually reasonable, but there's places out there that are not the best. The other thing that I see people doing constantly is going between being on the sidewalk and being on the roadway. In some places, if you're on an electric scooter, it doesn't matter if you can only go 10 miles an hour on that electric scooter, you are prohibited from using the sidewalk. So you need to know whether or not you are able to do so. And I get it on that one. In some cases, it actually endangers pedestrians that are on those sidewalks. So you want to make sure that you're being cognizant of them and making sure that you're not putting anybody at risk with how you're riding, which is why it's important to know the laws. If you are going to ride on the sidewalk, you need to stick to the sidewalk. If you're going to ride on the road, stick to the road. It's when you start transferring between the two regularly that it becomes an issue, because people don't know what to expect if you're just, oh yeah, I'm going to go be in the road now. Okay. wherever you are, it's just important to know the laws so that you can ride safely, so that you can ride with less risk, because knowing the laws, it actually protects you and it protects those around you, and it's going to make it so that we don't have the privilege of riding electric scooters taken away because some idiot was doing something stupid on their electric scooter. So I encourage you, no matter where you are, whatever part of the world, to look into the laws regarding electric scooters if you already have one or if you're planning on getting one, so that you can enjoy your ride. That is all I have for today, everybody. So y'all have fun, be safe. Oh, nope, that's not all I have for today. Just kidding. So where I just was, I remembered there's another thing. So for me locally, because I operate as a bike, when it's at an intersection and there's no traffic, I am allowed to yield so I don't have to come to a full stop. If there were a vehicle in that intersection, I would be required to stop and operate just as a vehicle. This law was put in place because in the major metropolitan areas around here, there's a lot of hills, and they're trying to be nice to cyclists so that they don't have to come to a full stop at a hill. I totally get it. But I'm able to do that. There's other places where you're not able to do that. Just another law to look out for. I'm sure if you look in local communities, local groups, they will have a good idea of what you can and can't do on an electric scooter. So look into those as well. That might be an easier way than reading a bunch of judicial code. So now that has been said, y'all have fun, be safe, make good choices. Have a great day.